Daryl from the UK.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So my mom, she usually does the cooking and the washing, but she's not going to be home for like 2 days and she's coming back on the 3rd. So it's just me and my brother. And so I need to cook for him. And all the food I'll make for him will be halal, but she made one meal before leaving and put it in a plate for him. Now he's already eaten the food, but he doesn't do any chores like washing. So I'm allowed to wash this plate he ate from, which had non-halal beef. Otherwise, it'll be sitting on the table for like 2 or 3 days. And there's some bits of food left in it that needs to be thrown. Also, if this is a second question, you can ignore if you want, but and just answer the other one. But
No problem. No problem in disposing of haram food in the trash, washing the plates, and as long as you have not prepared the haram food or served it. There's no problem in that. The evidence is what's in the hadith as-sahih, where the Prophet ﷺ was asked about the permissibility of eating in the plates or utensils of the people of the book, acknowledging that they might have eaten pork or consumed haram in it. The Prophet said, yes, if you wash it before consuming anything in it. Washing it means that you've washed something that was najis, that was used by a disbeliever in eating or consuming haram things, and this is permissible. Mustafa from Sweden. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, I have a question. And when a person he fasts the month of Ramadan and then he, for example, he eats before Maghrib, thinking that it's Maghrib time, and then later on he discovers that it's not time for Maghrib. So I want to know, due to such a mistake, it was unintentional, is his fast considered to be valid?
If a person is fasting and he thinks that the sun has set, either by someone telling him the sun has set, it's time, and he eats, and then he discovered that the person who told him was wrong, was lying, his fast is valid. If he heard the adhan thinking that this is from the clock that gives the adhan according to time, but apparently his younger brother was watching a YouTube clip that had the adhan, and he mistakenly thought it was time and he ate, his fast is valid. Ima from Guinea.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam wa barakatuh.
Bless you well. You, Sheikh. My question today is about khulwa. In my country, okay, in Guinea here, our taxis is not like in Saudi where you have the meters and everything. Here, the taxis are shared taxis for everybody. Woman, man, everybody gets inside to go where he has to go. Like, this is how it works. We don't have a choice. This is how it is. And eventually, almost nobody cares about this. So basically, now my question is that if somebody, like let's say a driver, is driving and the last passenger of the taxi, so that everybody has like gotten out because everybody got out where he wants to get out, let's say point A to point B to point C. So now the taxi is going to the last point and the last passenger is a woman. We know that it's considered khulwa in Islam, but obviously the guy cannot just tell the woman, okay, get out in the middle of the road. Or like, it's not safe and maybe the distance where she's going is quite far. Or for example, another example, if somebody is working in a store or a pharmacy and a woman gets into the store, you cannot just tell him to get out and go get a mahram. So what does Islam say about this kind of things?
In the case of a taxi, he has to inquire about the destination. So if the woman walks in and says, my destination is the last one, he should say, sorry, I can't take you because I'll be dropping the other clients before you and you will be alone with me. But he cannot be alone with a woman in seclusion, regardless of the circumstances. You cannot just say, what should I do? I'm alone and I can't do anything about it. Like some of the brothers would go into the lift, going from the floor 90 to the ground floor. In the middle, a woman walks in and he thinks, if I leave now, I have to wait for another lift and that may take 4 or 5 minutes. And she came in, so might as well, khalas. This is haram. This is not permissible. Sheikh, this is not practical. This is making life difficult. I'm not going to jump her. She's not going to jump me. Regardless, is it permissible or is it in defiance and going against the Prophet's instructions, alayhi salatu wasalam. Simple as that.